I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. This is what Bruce Lee mentioned, right? And this is a very famous proverb which actually reiterates the importance of consistency, the importance of repetition. Like even Tony Robbins, one of the top coaches in the world, says repetition is the key to mastery. So it is the consistency which is the key to success, and we all know this. We all have heard this multiple times, that consistency is the key to success. Through consistency is what you can achieve big goals. Consistency is the way to get your dreams fulfilled. We all have heard many times about consistency. We all know it, but knowing and not doing is like not knowing, right? So how do you stay consistent, right? How do you stay consistent in something that you get started? Now, if I have to tell you something, like when I was planning this particular going live, the one fear that was coming in my mind, which was not allowing me to get started with this particular live sessions, was, will I be consistent? Right? And that thought was so scary. It used to scare me out, that, hey, what if I'm not able to be consistent? Should I be actually starting this, or should I delay this? Right? And this was the consistent thought that was coming in my mind to not allow me to get started. Right? And that is one of the big challenge which also stops people from starting something. And when people start something, then again they are not consistent, so they are not able to continue with it. So how do you fight this battle, and how do you stay consistent in what you start? So let's deep dive into this thing, because it's the game changer that can help you to get success not only in your professional life but also in your personal life. So how do you do this? I'm going to share with you 5 steps that are going to help you to stay consistent in whatever you start. Step number 1, start with why. Right? This is a most important concept. Right? Again, some of you might know it, but it is the repetition. Some of you not knowing it, you need to understand this concept. What does start with why means? Whatever you want to do, right, you need to start with why. For example, when I was starting this particular live show, right, I thought of it, okay, hey, I have to get started. And you know what was the biggest inspiration behind this? Right? It was not my skills, right? It was not even the subject that I know, right? It was not even my experience or expertise in this. But what helped me was the reason why I want to do this. And if I have been consistent in this particular journey, whatever I have started, it's because I'm clear about my why. Because your why is something that will give you the intrinsic motivation. See, externally people can motivate you with 101 things, but that motivation will die after a day or two, or maybe within a day. Right? Less than a day, motivation can die, in couple of hours as well. Right? But how do you stay motivated all the time in doing something that you get started? It is your why. Right? Whenever you start with why. Ask yourself, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to actually reach this particular goal? For example, if I have to talk about myself, if I have to say, when I started this, I was very clear. This is my core value, which is knowledge sharing. And I want to ensure that all those leaders who are struggling, right, and who are not able to actually perform, or even if they are able to perform, they're still not aware of multiple things that can help them to become legendary leaders. I thought this is what I want to do. And my reason is very strong. When I was a leader, when I entered into my mid career, I struggled badly in that particular situation, and it not only affected my professional life, but it affected my personal life as well. There were times when I felt like giving up my entire career. There were times when I have cried like anything, right? There were times when I felt like I am a biggest loser, right? So many challenges I went through, and I realized there are so many people in the mid careers who go through this challenge. And I made it my mission that I want to help these mid career professionals not go to this challenge, right? Even if my mission is 10 million, that's a big goal. But even if I'm able to transform one life, I'll be fulfilled. That is something I told myself, and that why my reason to get started is something that has been like my driving force all the time. I don't look for external motivation, right? Because my motivation, my inspiration comes from within. So you need to be clear about your why. If you see the biggest champions in the world, be it Muhammad Ali, right, Michael Jordan, or even the quote I spoke about, Bruce Lee, right, or Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, all of them, right? What actually motivates them, what inspires them is their why. Why do they want to become that champion, right? Whether they want to become a champion cricketer or a champion boxer, right, or anything that they want to succeed in, all the champions, if you see, they are clear about their why. So you need to always start with your why. Have your reasons, right, why you want to do whatever you want to do, right? And that objective or your reasons will help you, because your purpose, when your purpose is clear, you will stay motivated and you will stay consistent. That's step number 1. What is step number 2? Set small and realistic goals. Now I know we all talk about big goals, right? That's a different context altogether. You need to set big goals, risky goals. Yes, of course, you need to do that, because if you want to succeed, if you want to accelerate your career, you have to set some big and risky goals, right? But then when it comes to consistency, you need to actually look at this from a different context altogether, because something that you are sure that when you get started, right, it might be a challenge, something you know that you cannot be consistent. So do not set a very big goal here. Set a small and a realistic goal. For example, right, if you want to like wake up early in the morning, don't set a goal for the next 1 year, 2024. I am going to be consistent throughout the year, waking up early in the morning. No, it's going to be difficult. The thought itself will make it difficult for you, because you're like, 1 year, it's going to be very difficult. The mind will start playing with you. But what if you set a goal for 1 week? Do you think it will be like achievable? Do you think it will motivate you more, because you know, okay, 1 week, I can still do it, I can still make it happen, right? So that's something you need to do. Do not set some big goals, set some small goals. Get started with some small goals. Set small and realistic goals so that you can achieve them, so that you, when you achieve also, it will give you that, again, that motivation and that celebration and that drive for you to move forward, right? So set small and realistic goals here. Number 3 is one habit at a time. Now, when we want to change ourselves, when we want to transform ourselves, be it in our professional life, personal life, what we actually look to do is we try to do multiple things at a time, right? Especially in the IT world, in the corporate world, I have seen one concept, right? And this concept is something that has become a big problem in many people's life. What is this concept called? Multitasking. Multitasking. People are used to multitasking. So whenever they are setting certain things also, they want to do multiple things. And when you want to do multiple things, your focus is now distracted. You are looking at too many things. You can't prioritize. So don't do multiple things at a time. It's going to be like very, very difficult. So what you need to do is one habit at a time. Think of the one habit that you want to change in yourself, right? Maybe, like for example, somebody wants to quit smoking and somebody wants to start gym as well. Both are connected to health, right? But then start with one at least. Quit smoking at least, or start hitting the gym or regular morning walk. Start one thing. Do not connect too many goals, and do not get started with too many things that you want to change, because again, that will demotivate you when you are not able to do multiple things, right? And it's difficult you starting with multiple things. So always start with one habit at a time. For example, if you want to quit smoking, just focus on quit smoking, right? If you want to hit the gym, just focus on hit the gym. Or if you want to like start reading some book, just focus on reading that book. Or if you want to pick up a course and complete that, one thing, right? So one habit at a time. Number 4, mind over heart. Now, in many things, we talk about heart first, mind next. But when it comes to consistency, you need to do it exactly opposite here. Because we all know we human beings have a lot of emotions, right? And when we take decisions, we use our emotions there. We use our heart in making the decisions. वो बोलते हैं ना, दिल से. मेरे को दिल से आता है ये करना है करूंगा, दिल से आता है नहीं करना है नहीं करूंगा, right? So that's something in a different context you can look at it. But when it comes to certain things you want to be consistent, you need to take priority here. Your mind should be something that should be prioritized, not your heart. Because even when you are making certain decisions, like for example, right, even today, when it came to actually me doing this session, I've been doing this for past 11 to 12 days, right? I had a situation which came in my life where, like, I had to actually go and pick my kids from a different place, and I was like, okay, fine, let me play with them for certain time, and then let me do some activity, then let me take care of it, right? But then I said no, right? Emotions is something that I need to keep aside, because here I need to apply the logic, here I need to use my mind, not my heart, because I have committed to something, and this is my commitment, so I need to keep up to my commitment. So I'll keep my heart aside, and I'll keep my mind on priority, because your emotions will not help you to look at the goals as well, right? Ask yourself, whenever the emotions come in between, when you are making such kind of decisions, ask yourself, is this decision moving me closer to my goal or away from my goal? Like when I ask this question, right, today, whether I have to skip this session and then be with my family, right, or take my kids somewhere, I said no, is it taking closer to my goal or is it taking me away from my goal? So I said no, let me prioritize on what my mind is saying, because it is important for my goal, it is important for my mission, where I want to transform so many lives. I need to be consistent in something that I've started. So here, mind over heart. Then the last thing, number 5, is visualize the end result. Now, many times when we actually start something, right, the reason why we give up is we don't connect it with the end result. We don't actually see what we are going to gain once we have done this consistently, right? For example, even if I have to take the same example of me doing this live shows, right, I can visualize the end result when I'm able to do this consistently, right? If I'm able to, in this particular year, my target is to do 100 live sessions with you all on leadership. I know once I have done those 100 live, right, I can visualize the situation, I can visualize the end result, where a lot of people, the mid-career professionals who are actually looking at multiple challenges, facing multiple challenges, now they will have 100 ways to get out of those challenges, 100 ways to solve their problems, right? And if they are able to pick up even few from there, from the 100, even if they are able to pick up 10, their life is going to change. So I know that I'm able to, when I'm able to visualize the end result, it will actually give me more driving force to do it more, right? So visualizing the end result is very important. Keep visualizing the end result, because that is something that is going to help you to move forward. Now these are the 5 things that can help you to move forward. Let me repeat these 5 things. Start with why. Set small and realistic goals, one habit at a time, mind over heart, and visualize the end results. These are the 5 steps that can help you to stay consistent in whatever you start. Now, do you want a bonus? Do you want a bonus step? Yeah, I love giving bonuses. And here is the bonus step for you all. See, we all know we want to be consistent, but there are times when we might fail in being consistent. So here, don't be tough on yourself, because setbacks are normal. Failing sometimes is normal. Give yourself a second chance. Give yourself a second chance so that you can get started again. Because, see, multiple times, even if you fail, it's not about people do not fail at all. It's not about the best people are always consistent. There are times, there are reasons when they skip certain things, but you need to pick up immediately. But for that, you need to give yourself a second chance. Do not be so tough on yourself that you stop yourself saying that, hey, I cannot do it and I have proven myself wrong once again by not being consistent. Give yourself that second chance so that you can keep doing more. And if you want one more bonus, this is my favorite one, right? The one more bonus I'm going to give you is celebrate your milestones. Like every single day when you do something, right? Isn't it making progress? If I did my first episode, isn't it making progress? Did my second episode, isn't it making progress? Third episode, isn't it making progress? Why should I wait for creating that 100 episodes? Why can't I celebrate each single milestone? Right? So celebrate the milestones so that it will again make you feel good. When I celebrate the milestones, like when I finished my 10 episodes, I was super duper happy and I celebrated the milestone. So what will happen is when I celebrate those milestones, again there is a chemical reaction that is happening. It will make me feel good, make me feel motivated, and make me feel do more, right? So these are the tips that can help you to actually go ahead and stay consistent. And I want to conclude with this particular powerful quote: success does not come by what you do occasionally, but what you do consistently. So my dear friends, stay consistent so that you can become successful in your career as well. This is Fatah Khan, a mid-career transformation coach, helping mid-career professionals to transform into legendary leaders. If you want to become a legendary leader, you can continue to follow me on social media and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you find this helpful, do share it with others so that others can also get benefit from here. Thank you so much and have a wonderful time.